God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love. A spirit of power, a spirit of love, and a spirit of a sound mind. So Paul is saying to Timothy, Timothy, your gift is dormant because you got a spirit of fear. Now the Greek word there for fear is the Greek word delia, which simply means this, timidity. So Paul is saying, Timothy, you got, the gift of God in you is lying dormant because you got a spirit of timidity. Or can I say it like this? The gift of God in you is dormant because you got a spirit of intimidation. Now you can understand that, can't you guys and girls? Come on. Everybody say that with me, intimidation. Intimidation is a spirit. It's not a weakness of mind, it is a spirit. And it will literally cause the gift of God in your life to go dormant. It will cause it to become inactive. Intimidation can attack you either one of two ways, through circumstances or through people. Remember, it is a spirit. Remember, Peter looks at Jesus, says, if it's you, Jesus, command me to come and I will come walk on the water. He gets out of the boat and is walking on the water. Peter is literally walking on the water. But then all of a sudden he looks at what? The circumstances, the boisterous waves and the wind. And all of a sudden what? Spirit of fear, timidity, intimidation. He begins to sink. Now are you telling me that if you go out on that ocean and it's a calm day and there are no waves and no wind that you can walk on the ocean? You can't do it. But he allowed the circumstances to intimidate him, and it caused the gift that was causing him to walk on that water to go dormant. He began to sink. The spies were intimidated by the circumstances of the mighty warriors and the weapons of mass destruction that they had, so they were intimidated and never entered into their promised land. But let me tell you this, the greatest source of intimidation is not just circumstances. Many times it comes through people. These are the symptoms of a person who is fighting an intimidating spirit. Confusion, depression, hopelessness, loss of vision. Now the sad thing is, most people try to deal with the symptoms. The confusion, the depression, the hopelessness. Pastor, could you help me? I'm fighting depression. Pastor, I just really having trouble, just getting the energy to do anything. I just really don't like, my life and this and that. They deal with the symptoms, not the root. Now let me make this clear. You can pick all the fruit off of a tree, the fruit of hopelessness, confusion, depression. But if you don't sever the root, the fruit's gonna grow back. They're not dealing with the root, the intimidation. Maybe you're battling some pretty intense things, and really the focus of the battle is that root of intimidation, because he wants to squelch that before you begin to flourish and impact, because what he fears is you reproducing. When Jesus looked at Peter and says, Peter, Satan wants to sift you, the farmers tell me that there's a process in the sifting process of the wheat, that when they get to a certain point, the wheat kernel now can no longer reproduce. What Jesus was saying to Peter is, Peter, Satan doesn't mind if you just die and go to heaven. If you have a nice little family, make some money and go to heaven. What he fears is you reproducing. What the devil fears is you reproducing in here tonight, because every one of you have been called to greatness. You have been called as kings and queens and priests and ambassadors.